next thing I wanted to talk about, this is really fun. The spring training, every year, beat writers across Major League Baseball survey players, and the answers to these questions, which are pretty candid questions, are given on the condition of anonymity. They will not reveal the person who gave the answer if they'll be honest. So that's how this goes. The spring training survey has been completed, and here is the overwhelming majority answer to the following questions. Who would excel most in another sport? Survey says Mookie Betts. We all saw that coming. I don't think that's a surprise. It's very likely he's been, rated as such for the last handful of seasons. I wouldn't be surprised. The most surprising team. This was surprising to me. The most surprising team across the league was voted as the Athletics. They are a huge question mark for fans. They're a huge question mark for owners, I think. I think everybody's a little concerned with what's going on. We've talked at length here on the show about patting us on the head and doing such a disservice to the fans in Oakland and how they're going to fare in that AAA ballpark that they're sharing in Sacramento. So, but apparently, according to the players around the league, they have a really, really talented core. And we've seen that. Brent Rooker's a great example. Lawrence Butler's coming through. Mason Miller, fabulous. But the players around the league have voted, and the average answer came back with the Athletics. The best pitcher to close out Game 7, the vote was Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians. Now, this is interesting to me because Emmanuel Clase posted a 0.61 ERA, and that led like everybody in everything since forever, basically, is what it felt like all last season, until he got to the postseason. And I looked it up. The postseason statistics for Emmanuel Clase just in 2024, he pitched 7 games, earned 2 saves out of 3 save opportunities, 8 complete innings. He logged 12 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned, gave up 3 homers. He totaled 123 pitches. That's good enough for a 9.00 ERA last year in the postseason. So, do you really want Emmanuel Clase closing out your Game 7? This was a surprising answer to me. I would be interested to see what Brad thought. I understand that under ideal circumstances, he's absolutely electric. The next question, player who should host a podcast or a talk show after they retire. Again, Mookie Betts. He's already, he has an Emmy-nominated podcast, so that's not a concern at all. Most underrated player, Jose Ramirez, was voted the most underrated player, and I don't get why he's underrated. I feel like he's appropriately rated. I don't know. Here on the show, I guess we give him plenty of praise, and so I don't understand why. At least in this moment. I might change my mind later. I do that sometimes, and that's okay. Player you'd most want to see as a teammate. Again, this was a tie this time, but it also included Mookie Betts. Dude's a favorite. Shohei Ohtani was also voted most interested in becoming teammates with, which probably speaks a lot to why the Dodgers were able to do what they were able to do this postseason and last. But specifically this year, this hot stove season was really hot in LA. Best defensive player in baseball. Also a tie between Andres Jimenez, second base for the Blue Jays, and Francisco Lindor, shortstop for the Mets, in case you were living under a rock. Best pitcher in baseball, Tarek Skubal, got the vote across the league by his peers. Best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani with the Dodgers, super duh. So I think it's fun every year to look into what the players think, and based on their anonymous responses and the aggregate answer, it's always fun to see what everybody thinks and feels. What do you think, baseball family? Am I crazy on Emmanuel Clase? Am I up a creek on Jose Ramirez? I think J-Ram's awesome. So I don't know what the problem is, but is he underrated? Is he underrated for you, or do you just think that's the public perception? Anyway, I don't know. It's really interesting. Brad, what do you think?